Remember when a new Disney movie used to be an event? When you would go to the movies knowing that it would hit deep, you would actually feel something, and then after the movie you would walk out down the street to your car humming the soundtrack of the movie you just saw. That feeling, that magic, it's completely gone. It doesn't exist anymore. I guess that begs the question, what happened to the magic with Disney? Is this a universal issue at the box office, or is this mostly coming from the giant itself, Disney? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down why one of the biggest studios in the world in all time lost its spark and how we can hope to get it back.
Gotta go. But thanks. On with the show.
Let me do you a favor and let's set the scene for a moment and take you back to 1990s, 2000s. Disney was at the top of its game with vibrant animation, heartbreaking stories, risk-taking and global box office wins. It could not get away from telling a great story, making you feel something. Films like The Lion King were the peak of Disney's success around this time. It was creating some of the best movies we've ever seen with that traditional animation style. And then you fast forward a little bit to the 2010s and movies like WALL-E and Up were coming out. This was kind of the Pixar golden era, but on the other side of the chain, Disney was also producing Pirates of the Caribbean, which at the time was fresh and new. But the point is that these were all movies that didn't just look phenomenal, both from a live action and an animation standpoint with Pixar. They made you feel something. Then, somewhere along the line, things started to change. The mergers happened, the acquisitions, Disney buying out every other company, the introducing streaming into the world of movie and television, and the safe bets that it would force studios to put down. I'm talking about the acquisition of 20th Century Fox, the push of the Marvel Star Wars machine, and then the focus of live action remakes from the movies that originally put Disney on the map. All of that stuff did well initially and pulled Disney into a different mindset. We saw higher budget increases, higher expectations, and the less willingness from Disney to take any creative risk at all, because why would they? Meanwhile, audiences started to notice. Stories felt less original, animation style became more uniform, and the event feeling, it started to fade. So why did this happen? How could this happen to the most magical film studio of all time? Well, there was the over-reliance on nostalgia and remakes. Rather than creating new worlds and new feelings and new dimensions to explore, Disney relied on the classics. Playing the classics to make a quick buck. Another reason is formula over story. Whenever Disney decides to operate in the same universe, relying on that same formula, it's a safe bet. It's to make a quick dollar. It's not to try anything different. In an attempt to do that, the heart gets lost. Another reason is corporate pressure with the introduction of streaming coming into the world of watching and producing and absorbing movies and TV shows and film. There's global markets to please. Ever since then, the focus shifted from story first to shareholders later, did a complete 180. Some analysts are pointing to leadership changes and constraint changes. It's not all doom and gloom, but somewhere along the line, the studio started to bank on predictability and not creativity. Whenever I made my Tron video a couple weeks ago, and I talked about if Tron was ever going to return to the big screen, I mentioned that studios at the end of the day are a business. They're here to make money. But Disney used to be creative because that would drive the people to the box office regardless. Now it's relying on over-reliance and oversimplification and a formula. But it's not too late for Disney to reclaim its magic if it wants to. We need more original stories. We need more creative freedom for these writers and these directors, the filmmakers of the world. We need a return of character-driven, emotionally fueled movies. Thus, something to make you feel, finally. Once in a blue moon, you'll get something, signs show that there is some interest there from Disney to make something creative and fun, but it doesn't happen that often anymore. Disney just has to choose to be surprising again and not predictable. Disney doesn't need another remake of its own original story. Disney needs to remember why its own original story mattered in the first place. If you feel like you grew up with Disney and the magic has faded, you're not alone in feeling this. I'd assume that you're also probably in the majority. Do you think Disney will ever reclaim the magic it's lost? Let me know in the comments below. Like this video, it'd mean a lot. Subscribe and click the notification bell, and we'll see you guys next week. I guess the the conversation topic isn't just, is Disney failing? Is it every studio across the board? But the more you kind of sit down and you think about it, the majority of these movies that are not succeeding at the box office, they are, a lot of them coming from Disney, and that's, I guess, mainly because Disney owns pretty much everything. So that's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, adios, and bye-bye.